So why did we create LeapSheep? Before I started LeapSheep, I'd met thousands of founders. And since we've started LeapSheep, we've met thousands more. And the story is really common. And that is people from all walks of life that want to create significant transformative impact. These could be scientists or people with technology expertise that can see the improvement of technology that creates an opportunity to create a whole new range of solutions that weren't previously possible with the old technology. We see people in business that see problems that have been unaddressed or pain points that they could use existing technology to solve. Or we see people throughout society that want to make social impact and social change. And the very best way to create impact is creating sustainable business models, that is companies that are profitable, that can reinvest that profit into scaling. And the best types of business models are technology-driven business models that can scale using technology, so we can get the impact out there without the cost of having to scale the expenses of the company. We use technology to be able to scale. And of course, startups are the best vehicle to do that and have been responsible for the vast majority of net new job creation around the world in advanced economies because of their very unique properties. But of course, the challenge in the startup world is those that get access to the support, the critical resources and the scarce resources are the ones that are able to demonstrate that they have got a vision, they've got a clear plan, and they can demonstrate the ability to generate traction towards that plan and their ability to execute. And for those that are able to do that, they are able to get access to that very limited resource. And that limited resource is not capital, but it's the knowledge and experience for how to use that capital to build successful business models. That's the real limiting factor that we have when building new kinds of startups. And of course, that model makes complete sense in an environment of scarcity. When you have a very, very scarce resource, as is the case, you want to ration out that resource where you're going to make the most impact. And that's why we've seen business models like venture capital, like accelerator programs, like venture studios, the top tier ones that are doing very, very, very well in terms of applying their scarce resource to very high potential companies and creating massive impact. Unfortunately, this is not the story for the vast majority of people that undertake this journey. We know the failure rates in the startup world is huge, and unfortunately, the vast majority of founders are failing because they can't get access to this scarce resource, this knowledge and guidance for how to use capital. They are able to find capital, whether it's their own savings, whether it's friends and family's money, whether it's program funding that they can access through various organizations, whether it's investors that are still new to the journey of investing into startups that are putting money, and they are wasting billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of capital each year on mistakes that those in the top tier already know how to avoid and are not wasting their capital on those mistakes. So the vast majority of reasons that founders are failing are completely avoidable. And if we could just get this information to these founders, they could use the capital that they're able to get much, much more effectively. And that's why our goal at LeapSheep is to normalize startup success by making quality support accessible to everybody. So who do we align with? Well, we obviously work with founders. We support founders and their teams on their journey from idea to success and without failure along the way. Of course, we also support investors because investors are the other big stakeholder in supporting founders because they're putting their capital on the line to help the founders become successful. But then there's a whole range of other people that are involved and organizations that are involved in the startup ecosystem. And the startup ecosystem is massive because companies need so much and so many types of support. So whether that's professional services support, whether it's government support, university support, trade groups, you name it, there are many, many, many types of supports that founders take advantage of And all of these kinds of organizations are trying to help founders be successful and doing their best in many cases when managing innovation risk and learning to build entirely new business models is not their area of expertise. And they might be experts in marketing or law or finance, and they're used to doing that for established companies. But of course, a founder comes along with an idea and they want to help out. And so they're doing their best to be able to support founders. They're just not equipped with the knowledge and the expertise to help them avoid the mistakes that are so common in the startup ecosystem. So if that's you, if you're someone that cares deeply about founder success and you want to see radically higher success rates and you want to normalize success in the startup industry, then we'd love to chat.